Good, look, indeed, over the years, every year, over 7,000 people become victims of human trafficking in the EU. That figure can be expected to be much higher as many victims remain undetected. And that's sad. The yearly cost of trafficking in human beings in the EU reaches, and it's hate to put money on it, but it's 2.7 billion they're talking about. And shouldn't be mentioned, I suppose, the cost of money is the cost to people and persons themselves and the damage and the depravity of it. The majority of victims are women and girls, as we know, but the share of male victims is also on the rise, particularly for labour exploitation. Forms of exploitation have evolved in recent years, with the crime increasingly taking an online dimension. This calls for new action at the EU level, as traffickers benefit from opportunities to recruit, control, transport and exploit victims, as well as move profits and out of the reach of users in the EU and beyond. So, I mean, it's a very high-tech, as we know, and we must try and keep abreast of that. Excuse me. Traffickers also benefit from weak or poor immigration laws, as observed with Ireland's open-door immigration rules and policies. The updated rules are supposed to provide stronger tools for law enforcement and judicial authorities to investigate and to prosecute new forms of exploitation. For example, by making sure that knowingly using the services provided by victims of trafficking constitutes a criminal offence. I feel that's very important. The Commission's proposal put forward for mandatory sanctions against companies for trafficking offenders and not only individuals. It also aims to improve procedures for early identification and support for victims in Member States, particularly through the creation of a European referral mechanism. However, the first stop for Ireland would be to actually implement a stringent immigration control mechanism that would at least question the people arriving here without documentation. In particular, the new EU rules will include forced marriage and illegal adoption among the types of exploitation and the definition of Directive covers. This will require Member States to criminalise such conduct in their national criminal laws as human trafficking. Explicit reference to human trafficking offences committed or facilitated through information and communication technologies, including internet and social media. And mandatory sanctions for legal persons held accountable for trafficking offences. This covers excluding them from public benefits, or by temporarily or permanently closing down the establishment where the trafficking offence occurred. I think that's very important. We must have teeth here and have proper sanctions that will hurt the people that are hell-bent on circumventing any rules and regulations and continue this heinous behaviour. Formal national referral mechanisms to improve early identification and referral for assistance and support for victims, which will create a basis for European referral mechanism by appointment of a national focal points. Stepping up demand reduction by making it a criminal offence for people who knowingly use the services provided by victims of trafficking. Also, I think very welcome and very important. The EU-wide annual data collection on trafficking human beings is published by Eurostat. So, Minister, I welcome, like everybody else, this piece of legislation. And really the context, I suppose, is the Directive improves that the criminalisation, investigation and prosecution of trafficking of human beings, including definition of offences, penalties and sanctions, and the assistance and support to and the protection of victims of trafficking of human beings, and 3, the prevention of trafficking of human beings. So I think each and every one of us in each jurisdiction, in each government in each jurisdiction, must play our part in this and must step up the measures to to stamp out this, as I said, heinous and distasteful and desperate, as I said, trading of human beings. And it's shocking. Thank you.